Oklahoma. Brad Sham, Bob Valvano. The Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy, watching West Virginia jump out 15-9 over Oklahoma State. And it is a West Virginia team that has been a little challenged, but on a day when Villanova has knocked off Syracuse. We're at that point in the season, Bob Valvano, you were talking about what happens in conference play, and it's just funny. It's different. It's different Villanova, Syracuse. It's different West Virginia, Oklahoma State. West Virginia's been on an 11-2 run since Oklahoma State had a 7-4 lead. There's a good look at Marcus Smart, the freshman star of the Cowboys, the McDonald's All-American. But this West Virginia team that's played the first 10 minutes of the game, not what this man, their coach Bob Huggins, has been looking at for the last month.
Well, you know, Villanova had that game with a nice alley-oop out of the timeout, but they get nothing to show for it. I did that Villanova game against Louisville. They beat Louisville, stormed the court. You mentioned it earlier. Confidence is a great thing, Brad.
Jurek with the snowbird to Brown.
That's just what the doctor ordered for a team that was struggling offensively. Make a play on the defensive glass and get a leak out for an easy one.
That'll get the crowd back in it just a little bit.
And how about Villanova parlaying it to wins over Louisville and Syracuse?
How about that? Oh, Kalichla, nice look inside to Brown.
Well, Brown is having a really good game. He's got 6 points. He made a couple of hustle plays defensively. He's distributed. The backcourt has not been at the level they've needed for West Virginia, and they're getting good minutes out of the 6'1" sophomore.
Yep, that's how he's worked his way into the starting lineup. 6 points. He's only averaging 7. Now a screen for Gardner, and there is Keaton Miles to slam it in his face.
That's just what the doctor ordered for a team that was struggling offensively. Make a play on the defensive glass and get a leak out for an easy one.
That'll get the crowd back in it just a little bit.
And how about Villanova parlaying it to wins over Louisville and Syracuse?
How about that? Oh, Kalichla, nice look inside to Brown.
Well, Brown is having a really good game. He's got 6 points. He made a couple of hustle plays defensively. He's distributed. The backcourt has not been at the level they've needed for West Virginia, and they're getting good minutes out of the 6'1" sophomore.
Yep, that's how he's worked his way into the starting lineup. 6 points. He's only averaging 7. Now a screen for Gardner, and there is Keaton Miles to slam it in his face. They definitely have a little bounce in their step, the Mountaineers, right now.
Much quicker on the rotation. 13th block of the year for Miles. He's second on the team in that category, and that's exactly right. Bouncing a step, quick to the ball to make that play.
Miles probably got some family up here, just 4 hours drive from his home in Dallas. Miles. Kalichla had it knocked away. Brown got it back. And there will be a shot clock violation with 8:07 left in the half. Third turnover. Bob Huggins says, "You all right?" Okay.
Well, Brown was tapping his chest, but now he said twice to the coaching staff, "I'm all right, I'm all right."
As well as he's played, Bob Huggins wants to make sure he's okay. Look at that collision. Smart and Miles, 2 Dallas area youngsters. Held ball. Held ball. Possession arrow.
West Virginia.
With timeout and 7:55 to play, and these Mountaineers have been given a lift by the sophomore from Puerto Rico, Gary Brown.
He scores a ton.
No, the Wooden Award winner has to hit the boards, too.
Guys, you don't have to argue.
Hey, it's Jay Billis.
Yes, I am Jay Billis. This year, Wendy's and ESPN are asking all fans, who is the best player in the game?
Go to woodenawardvote.com for a chance to win the grand prize when you cast your vote for the Wooden Award Player of the Year, presented by Wendy's.
So, would you vote for a scorer or a rebounder?
I'd vote for the player that can pick and roll.
Jay Billis took my prize.
There aren't many things in the world that are absolutely free without some kind of catch. Well, today, there is no catch. Call now and get the new Warrior Tomahawk Hybrid Iron absolutely free. No gimmicks, no purchase necessary. Over a $200 retail value, free. All we ask is that you give us an accurate evaluation of the club's performance because your feedback is vitally needed before it's released to retail stores. Warrior makes this new 19-degree hybrid with extreme weighting technology. You'll hit this club longer and straighter than any other iron. Get the new Warrior Tomahawk Hybrid Iron today, and all you pay is for shipping and handling. Supplies are limited, so call now. Get the new Warrior Tomahawk Hybrid Iron today. It's time to make Warrior's Tomahawk Hybrid Iron your new weapon of choice. No purchase necessary and no catches. It's absolutely free. Call now.
ESPNU's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. What will you do in 5 hours? And in part by Disney Parks. Get together. Let the memories begin. And just so you know, you cannot come to Stillwater without going by Eskimo Joe's. That plate was our director Dave Burchett's breakfast being served up there moments ago. But you absolutely have to go to Eskimo Joe's in Stillwater. It's the young guns today in the one-on-one here, Bob Valvano.
Well, Harris has been terrific for these Mountaineers, especially as you see those numbers the last 3 games. A team that shoots under 40%, he's been over 50%. But how about Marcus Smart, guy who came in with such great reputation and has more than lived up to it. 13 double-figure scoring games. He's among the top guys in 5 different categories in the conference. Just an easy guy to root for. He's overcome a lot of adversity and heartache in his life to really become just a guy who's not only a terrific player, but makes the people around him better as well.
And they need him to do that right now.
Yeah, they do.
Our Saturday showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy, and it's West Virginia off to a 6-point lead here at Gallagher-Iba Arena. First time West Virginia has ever played in this arena. It's the first time they've been in the state of Oklahoma to play basketball since 1955.
I believe you and I had that game, if I'm not mistaken.
We did. You were a very young man then. I was happy to teach you the ropes that day.
It was on black and white somewhere. Great defensive play. There we go.
That's what Smart does.
Oh, my goodness.
And then he's called for a double dribble, and he looks Tom Eads right in the eye, and he says, all right, sir. Travis Ford said, seriously? Seriously?
It's going to make Travis take his jacket off. That's an indication of displeasure.
Shirts and sneakers now.
No, I'm not sure I buy that one. Yeah. Securing the ball, but Tom Eads interpreted that first little tap as using your dribble. Okay.
Staten dishes. And a 3-ball knocked down by Terry Henderson.
That's when you're doing things that can turn your season around. I don't want to overly dramatize it, but Bob Huggins is talking about wasted opportunities. His team took advantage of the turnover there and parlayed it into a 3.
And then one and done for the Cowboys. Now Staten, here's a whistle off the ball. I believe they're calling Michael Cobbins his second foul. That's going to get the freshman Murphy back in the game. There's Kamari.
I'm telling you, when you're struggling, you've got to make a play defensively. People think I got to make the big shot. I got to go want to make a play defensively. Somebody here step up, get a hand in passing lane. That's not going to get it done. Wow. Great execution.
That's Staten.
Travis Ford is hot.
Yeah, he sure is. Staten strong inside to that layup on the inbounds play, and timeout Oklahoma State as they have fallen behind at home by 11. It's the best West Virginia's played in quite a while.
And they are playing well. This is not a fluke. They're getting good shots. They're defending well. They're executing. Their guards have made great decisions. And, you know, again, not to beat you over the head with that, but there's no getting around that. If your guards make bad decisions, you just can't play around that. West Virginia's guards giving them good decision-making today.
Part of the tradition here at Oklahoma State on Eddie Sutton Court is when Coach Sutton comes in, the current Oklahoma State players come one by one to pay tribute to one of the great gentlemen, one of the great coaches in college basketball. Boy, and he sure left his mark here, didn't he?
I love that. I mean, that is the beauty of sports. It is, you know, everybody gets to run with the baton for 3-4 years or 1 or 2 years, whatever it may be, and then you hand it to the next guy. It's nice when you remember the ones that came before and the brilliance, the winningest coach percentage-wise in this program's history.
Blocking foul is called on Keaton Miles, his second. Yeah, Eddie is still a beloved figure here. Now, the play inside is something to really watch. West Virginia's got 12 points in the paint. As we mentioned a moment ago, it's Eddie Sutton Court. West Virginia with 12 points in the paint, and Oklahoma State with 11 points in the game. And this one off the hands of Murphy, and he didn't think that it was his turnover, but it was. 7 turnovers, sorry.
Well, no, you touched on it, though, Brett. I mean, West Virginia has some bounce in their step now. It's been a struggle for them. You talk about this program has been very good for a very long time. 3 years removed from a Final Four and a Big East championship, and they were, of course, in that conference. Struggling a bit now at 9-9, and they're feeling good about themselves right now. Coming off that win earlier in the week.
Yeah, against TCU. Now, a couple of their losses in the Big 12 have been really, really close. They won on the road against Texas. Crowd doesn't like this call. Thought it was Oklahoma State's ball. Travis Ford obviously thought this one should have gone the other way.
Now they got a short shot clock. They got to defend. Get a stop. Start with your defense to get it back on the rails.
Staten misses.
Nope. Oh, they were very fortunate.
They sure were. They sure were. This West Virginia team now, among their losses, their 3 losses in the Big 12, they lost at home by 1 to Kansas State, a nationally ranked team, and they lost on the road at Iowa State by 2. And you and I know how difficult it is to play well when you come in to visit the Hilton Coliseum.
Oh, no question, man. And that's a nice team. You and I talked about it when we did that game.
Forte. And another big rebound by Terry Henderson. He has given them quite a lift off the bench.
Oh, that's a push right in the back.
Yep, there's a clear out. That's on Jurek. Philip Jurek's first foul, the team's 5th.
You know, half kiddingly, I said they're very good offensive rebounders, West Virginia, because they've missed so many shots. But you talk about it. They do go hard to the glass. And Oklahoma State a couple of times had a good defensive possession negated because they can't get the basketball.
Staten calling for a little help. Kalichla.
He's not going to be a threat to shoot that one.
No.
Well, now that I said that, he fooled me. Oh, my goodness, he fooled Jurek at least to come out and guard him.
That is a big, strong man.
I'll tell you, he has given him good minutes today as well. Kalichla.
Smart, nice pass. Oh, what a look that was by Smart.
The buddies gang up. Smart and Forte, and that's what Forte does, no question.
And in a long Oklahoma State drought, still down 10.
Now, this is a big 5 minutes, though, for the Mountaineers. They don't want to undo 15 good minutes of play here with a bad stretch right before the intermission.
I think Cobbins is going to be called for being a little excessively aggressive. You know, yesterday in practice, it is 3, and that's tough for them because he's one of their steadier players. In practice yesterday, Travis Ford closed things out by saying to his team, be aggressive, play 40 minutes. We're not going to win this game playing 35 good minutes. You have to play 40 good minutes. And if they didn't believe him then, I think they believe him now.
Right, digging a big hole for themselves against a team that does not give up a lot of points. I mean, a 10-point lead. You know, we expected this to be a rather low-scoring game. There's a defensive play. Let's see if they can parlay it.
Brown to Nash.
Nope. Gonna give it right back.
Smart got fouled.
Well, that was almost a terrific defensive play by Henderson running the floor. He anticipated that all the way down. Was just a half step late getting there. The defensive play on the baseline out of bounds. They run the middle of the floor and get caught up in the air. Oh, they were really, again, a bit fortunate right there. Not a great decision by Nash.
7th team foul makes it a 1-and-1 situation for the Cowboys. Now these become big free throws. And Smart able to knock that down. Why are they big free throws in the first half? Look at the score.
Maybe get this young man going. One of the leading defenders. You see the steals per game. He's got 4 points now.
It's difficult to find a word that's not redundant to describe his approach to the game, because smart is who he is and what he is. That one off Noreen, but Jurek, I think, got a hand on it defending down there in the paint.
Again, now the baseline out of bounds play. They've given up a layup off this and gotten a steal off this. See what they do this time. Nice flash, but that's a good look by Murray. Couldn't get it to go.
Brown working hard.
Brown's got 7, and that is the second time he has been able to make a strong move to the goal. He's got a 3, couple of 2s, and the crowd getting back in it.
7-point run, 7-0 for the Cowboys to crawl within 6. Oh, we got a game now. See how much West Virginia can draw on the confidence of their play in the first half. Staten. Noreen wants help. Look at Jurek extend on it.
Good defensive possession again.
At the horn. Jurek rebound. Travis Ford looks like a third base coach waving Matt Holliday in. Run, run, run. Brown. Almost an and one. They're excited at Oklahoma State on the commemoration of an important weekend. A plane crash 12 years ago tomorrow that killed 10 members of their family.
Super Tuesday tips off at 7 with an in-state rivalry as Vandy looks to anchor down the Vols. Then, double machine James Michael McAdoo and the Heels aim to score a conference win at BC. Super Tuesday tips off at 7 on ESPNU.
The best thing is definitely, just being able to represent the university on the field, off the field. When you're a starter and stuff like that, people recognize you, and you just got to represent the university, right? So the best thing would be just having people know you for, who you are and that you're a good representation for the youth.
Golden Corral just passed America's Family Budget Act. Right now, kids eat for just $2.99 Monday through Thursday. It's all your endless Golden Corral favorites, including our new sirloin filet and our non-stop butterfly shrimp. The $2.99 Kids Dinner Special, only at Golden Corral.
I was just going to throw my old phone in a drawer, but then a friend told me about Gazelle.com.
I was amazed how much I got for my used iPhone. They paid me cash for my used iPad.
I got cash for my MacBook and my Galaxy S.
I got paid fast.
They even paid me for my broken iPhone. They paid the shipping, too. It couldn't have been easier.
So how much can you get?
How much can you get?
How much can you get?
Find out now at Gazelle.
That's Gazelle.com.
Welcome back to the Saturday Showcase, presented by 5 Hour Energy. And this is what we love about conference basketball. West Virginia, in their first appearance ever at Gallagher-Iba Arena, leading Oklahoma State 24-18. Bob Valvano, how are they doing it? By points in the paint.
Well, they're making good decisions. That's a nice job in transition, a nice delivery for the lay-in by Noreen. Then he's had a really good game. Gary Brown has. He's 3 of 4 for 6 points. Even when they're in trouble, they make a miraculous pass out of the double team for a layup. And then let's not underestimate the importance of Dennis Kalichla as well today. He set good screens. He's made his only 2 field goal attempts. He's got a couple of rebounds, a couple of assists. They're just getting a good, solid performance on the road.
This has got to be so encouraging for this staff. We were talking before we went on the air that one of the reasons that Bob Huggins and his staff are scratching their heads so much at the way they've struggled the last month, as you pointed out, Bob, a couple of minutes ago, the Mountaineers are just 3 years removed from the Final Four, but more than that. In the 5 years that Bob Huggins has come back to his alma mater as the head coach, they've been in the NCAAs every year. The last time they had a 5-year run in the NCAAs, Fred Schaus was the coach, and the star player's name was Jerry West.
That's a couple of generations ago. No, you're right. He has spoiled everyone. We just take it for granted. And this year, he said, to be honest, he didn't see this coming. He said he looked at his roster, thought his seniors would step up, and quite honestly, they haven't necessarily. Things that he thought would fall in place, including transfers, guard play. It's been a little bit of all of that, but you wouldn't know it today. It's been a pretty solid performance.
2 huge free throws by Markel Brown. Oklahoma State now on a 9-0 run since the Mountaineers opened up an 11-point lead. And I believe it was right in there that Travis Ford called a timeout.
Well, you know what else he's done right here? He's got him back in his zone, and he's just telling him to be patient. Just be patient. You know, stay back in there, challenge shooters, and then get to the defensive glass. West Virginia's had a harder time getting the good looks they were early.
Watch that shot clock in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Kalichla, yeah, that's not what they wanted with 3 seconds on the clock. That's really good zone defense, and they have given the ball to West Virginia on the touch, but there's still just 1 second on the shot clock. And timeout West Virginia.
He's going to draw up something real quick. Remember, they got a layup on a baseline out of bounds play earlier. Let's see if they can get another easy look.
We're 3:05 away from halftime. And coming up, Villanova with their big upset over number 3 Syracuse. Duke against Maryland. Louisville battling Georgetown. It's getting good in college basketball. Dari and Dino have it all coming up at halftime on ESPNU. ESPN's Journey to the Tourney is a season-long spotlight on games that'll impact the tournament. And on Saturday, James Michael McAdoo and the Tar Heels need a big win on the road to improve their chances, while C.J. Leslie and the Wolfpack look to defeat their second straight Tobacco Road rival. That's tonight, North Carolina and 18th ranked North Carolina State. 7 Eastern on ESPN and live on Watch ESPN.
It's nice that a little of the glitter is back in that rivalry. Obviously, my brother, when he was down there, that was a kick and scratch and claw rivalry, and obviously Duke and Carolina has superseded that in recent years, but Mark Godfrey's got him back in the mix here.
Shot clock violation. They did not get there. Whatever Bob Huggins drew up, that wasn't it. He's over there after his team commits at 6 turnover, turning around, looking at his team, hands extended, palms upward. Says, did we not just talk about this?
This is a nice answer by Oklahoma State, though.
Look at Smart, and look at Kalichla.
Watch, he doesn't see him.
He does not, and they let that go. Wow, Travis Ford cannot believe it. And the 3 by Harris.
Well, I'll say one thing for West Virginia. When they've had 50-50 plays go their way, they have capitalized on it. Remember they double dribble earlier?
Yes, sir.
From Smart, they turned that into a 3, and Harris turns that possession into a 3.
Nash drew the foul. Boy, I really thought that Forte had done a great job of drawing a charge right there. I really did. This foul is going to be on Murray, his second.
Forte getting the discussion. My problem with the call is it's hard to make that a no call. You know, if you think that he's established position in the blind spot for a man without the basketball, then it's a block. If you think that he's got the basketball and he's established position charge, but to make it a no call looked like it was a little bit too violent a collision to make a no call. Now take a look. You can't step in the lane of a guy who's running without the ball behind him and not give him room to change direction. But as soon as he has the ball, you don't have to give him any time at all. And the question was, did he have the basketball? And if he did, it's an offensive foul. If not, it's a block. But by not calling anything, you gave him a mismatch at the other end. It wound up being a 3-point shot opportunity.
Meanwhile, Nash, who is 0 for 2 from the floor, makes 2 big free throws. Here's a backcourt trap. Brown and Nash helping the Cowboys out with free throws. The trap works, and Smart from Forte. And the Cowboys are right back in it.
Boy, this is a psychological lift for the Cowboys big time. They got a 1-possession game now, undoing all of the work that West Virginia did in the first 15 minutes.
Look at that run. 13-3 in the last 3 minutes plus. And the energy is back now in the building.
And his zone has really changed the whole game around. They've done a really good job of getting West Virginia out of rhythm here.
Rebound grabbed by Nash. And Jurek.
Look out for that guy.
Forte for 3.
What a nice job by Jurek. Not only hustling to get the rebound, but understanding that's one of the best places to get a 3-point shot and finding their marksman.
They're all the way back. The biggest lead for West Virginia was 13. This is a 16-3 Oklahoma State run.
That's off his foot. That's going to be a turnover.
Off the foot, indeed, of Gary Brown.
Boy, Bob Huggins has watched this movie more times than he cares to count this year.
You see Ford and Smart talking about what could happen, and Huggins, amen to that. Ghastly to see that lead on the road disappear.
And the game's getting wobbly, bounce it off your foot out of bounds. Those are the things that have just plagued this team all year.
Smart taking over. No, wipe it off and give him his first foul.
Bob Huggins has to be pleased. His defense steps up for him there. Let's take a look. Goes off the screen, and who is it? It's Kalichla again. That guy's doing everything today.
I think he likes that contact.
Well, that's good. He was good position.
Looks like he likes it. Under a minute now. What a terrific first half. Henderson.
Boy, they are getting every defensive rebound, though, on the state since they changed defenses.
And Nash has really come on these last 2 minutes. Forte.
You know, I learned a long time ago, three's better than two. And they're getting a bunch of threes here. Forte, the 37% three-point shooter, shooting them back to the lead right here.
He's got 11 first-half points.
And a
steal.
Why not?
Oh! Well, the last few years, it was that man in the orange shirt.